Hey, listen, I told you I'm going to be consistent. By the way, happy holidays and all that. Get me? Season greetings. You know what I mean? Get me? So, if you don't see me live on the 25th of December, don't mind me. You know what I mean? But we celebrate for a reason. Get me? Jesus is the reason for the season. Don't ever get that twisted. All right, but anyway, that aside, if you're new here, in fact, first of all, shout out to all the returning subscribers. Big you up all the single time. Everyone who makes suggestions, I truly appreciate it. Do you understand? I genuinely appreciate it a lot. But like I said, if I can get around to it, I will. But let me not waffle for a bit. I need you to turn on the post notifications, hit the like button, and also make sure you share this, because we're going to find out, is Angie Martinez about to release the full interview with Tupac Shakur? As in West Side? You know what I'm saying? As in, no, for real. Like, listen. So let's find out. Let's find out if she really is going to do it. Yeah? Because there are rumors where, in fact, let's just get into it and then we'll get into it. Yeah? Because I've heard so many stories that, Jay-Z is paying her to keep hold of the tapes. Oh, no, Jay-Z's got hold of the tapes. He paid for it. That's why she's not releasing it. Or Diddy paid for it. That's why she's not releasing it. Listen, but then I've heard out of her own mouth on several occasions that she never wanted to release it, the full interview, because she thought it was too inflammatory and lots of people would get hurt. That's wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's keep it moving. Let's go. So obviously, it's on this interview with Charlamagne.
2025 is the year of the snake because we're supposed to be shedding all our old bullshit.
Yes,
like all our old bullshit, the bad energy, the negative energy, the things that have caused you guilt, the things that you're insecure about. Like, this is the year that you're supposed to really, really let it all go. And it's
Hold on. Why are you so fast, bruh? Hold on. Let's get it to normal speed. All right, let's go. So obviously the title is Charlamagne the God on truth, accountability, and talking to complicated people. So let's just get straight into it. Obviously, do you know what I like about this? Yeah, is he wearing an Illmatic jacket in reference to Nas? Then he's wearing a Black Effect top, which is obviously his network, his podcasting network. Hey. Let's go.
New beginnings and transformation, and in 2026 is the year of the horse, and you're supposed to get on that horse, and
pause,
ride into your destiny.
No Diddy. What do you mean by that?
Sold.
Angie Martinez IRL. Hey.
Thanks for watching, guys. Today's episode is brought to you by Boost Mobile. Today's guest is the co-host of the infamous Breakfast Club, one of the most influential and longest-running radio shows in hip-hop and pop culture.
It's so funny that Angela Yee's face is shown, yet she's no longer part of the Breakfast Club. She got her own thing going on. Do you know what I mean? In fact, do you know what's mad? I've got to be careful. Hold on. I'm not paying attention. Hold on. I am not. I wonder if I can actually react to this like this. I hope I can. If not, then you're going to see I'll have to make some changes. But I only just clocked, by the way. All right, I only just clocked. Let's keep moving.
History. He's the founder of the Black Effect Podcast Network, the owner of Black Privilege Publishing, a New York Times bestselling author, an advocate for mental health. He's helped shift culture by telling the truth out loud. He's a father, a husband, a friend. Welcome, Charlamagne the God.
Angie Martinez in Real Life Podcast. What's happening? Happy to be here. I be hearing that sometime and I'm like, who the fuck is she talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, who is that?
What do you mean?
Like, when I just hear all of that stuff, I'd be like, who is that person?
Stop.
Sometimes I do.
You don't have great pride in what you've accomplished, and
yes, absolutely.
You don't feel like connected to it deeply, like
connected to it deeply.
Yeah,
You know
like
what's so interesting? When I was home for Thanksgiving and I was staying in my mom's house.
All right, do you know what? This is what we're gonna do. I've realized. I'm not gonna lie to you. I genuinely realized I made a mistake, and I'm not going to second guess myself. All right. I have to swing on the headphones. You lot may not see the image. All right, of this interview, and that's because of copyright protection. I know Angie Martinez is obviously connected to and Boost Mobile, and I do not want to take any chances when it comes to corporations. All right, because if I work with corporations, get me. If you lot can help me get to that point, I'll be able to make more wiser decisions. Speaking of wise decisions, go to the link in the pinned comments when this is available for you to on the replay. And then basically what I want you to do is, what I would recommend is you to purchase your book of in regards to wisdom. There's 365 days worth of wisdom, which I sincerely recommend. By the way, I do get paid a small commission. It is what it is. I have to say that. You know what I mean? If I get what do you call it, sponsored by Boost Mobile or any of these other companies or whatever the case may be, maybe I don't have to say that. Maybe because it's just too obvious. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let me swing on these headphones. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I apologize if you won't be able to see the image. You know, get me? Let's not take risk like that. There's some risks that you're supposed to take and some risks that you're not supposed to take. Sometimes you don't take risks like this, especially on YouTube. You understand? So what we're gonna do is we are going to let me see if I could do something real quick. Okay. So this is what I'm gonna do. But yeah, man, make sure to subscribe button, turn on your post notifications if you haven't already. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is, if I can get up the image, I want to make sure that the image you lot see. All right, boom, we can use this one. Yeah, I don't know why I got that tune on my head. You know that that the theme song to Bernie Mac show. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Get me, America. Angie Martinez. Would you believe this? She doesn't want to release the interview with Tupac Shakur. I'm joking. Oh man, like Bernie Mac, man. Anyway, so you're gonna see this image, all right? You're not gonna see this image here, all right? So again, I apologize if you can't see the full interview, and hear the audio, but it's just for copyright protection. This is the only way that it will be available for you guys to listen to watch my reaction. After all, this is a reaction. Do you understand? Like, this is a reaction. Let's just keep it moving though. Let's go. Hit the like button. By the way, I know something else he said as well. Talk about prayers, but I'll talk about it in a minute. Mm. Ooh, I don't want to pause a lot, but it's interesting how he's referencing saying, because he was asked about what did he pray for when he was a kid or something like that, and then basically his response was, or one of his response was, which which made me pause, was in regards to the fact of he was just praying to stay out of jail. Do you understand? So just think how deep that is for a moment. You hear me? Let's keep it moving now. Or we started radio in 1998. Raw. It's an intern. Oh, we got radio in 99. But that's so interesting. His name is mentioned in previous episodes. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Do you know what they just said? So Angie Martinez was more or less saying, in regards to bringing up Cardi, and I think there was someone else, but like they mentioned Charlamagne, because in regards to about karma, in terms of treating how you treat someone well, afterwards your life will flourish, especially your spouse or whatever. And it's so mad, yeah, because I'm like, not mad, but like even straight away it's like, oh, absolutely. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. Hey, it's amazing how life, how you treat others, because you know that saying, if you treat others as you like to be treated. Do you understand? And it may sound like a very simple advice or wisdom, and sometimes some people don't follow it through. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously, sometimes in some certain situations, you may react in a different way. Do you know what I mean? That is beyond just the way that you're supposed to be treated. You know what I mean? Or it's like yeah, life is amazing that way. But let's keep it moving. Let's go. Oh wow, it's been clean for 9 years. Mm. Oh, if you've watched The Color Purple or read the Color Purple book, that phrase that Seeley said, "No right will come to you unless you do right by me," is a true statement in life. I don't care what nobody says. No, I do care what people say. But like, that's a true statement. It's a very wise statement. Do you want to know what other wise statements? Go to the link in the pinned comments after this live is done, and you'll see a pinned comments. And there's a book in regards to wisdom, like 365 days worth of wisdom, and you'll be able to apply that wisdom. Do you know what I mean? But let's just keep it moving. Yes, I get paid a small commission. It is what it is. Yes, Amazon had told me I've got to do that to say that. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's go. Mm, I like that. Damn. That's interesting. Yeah, he said uh, treating his wife right, like Charlamagne said, treating his wife right. Um, that has led to his life and his career just flourishing. So why would he go back to be doing wrong? It makes no sense. And then he said there's other examples like his dad let him know all the bad things that he has done to his mom. So obviously he's learning by that lesson as well. But not only that, it's the case of he's learning from someone else. I think he mentioned someone in the athlete world. I forgot the name you mentioned, but basically he's married with kids, and basically he's messed his whole his whole situation up just because he was playing around on the sides. And there you go. Do you see what I'm gonna say? Like, so it's interesting how much by doing right by others, you also internally do right by yourself. If that makes sense. I mean, that sounds like a selfish thing. Yeah, selfish thing to think of yourself, but that's the whole point. You're not supposed to think of yourself. You understand? So just continue to do right by others in general. Just in like, get me. Always have a pure good heart if you can. But let's keep it moving. Yeah, let's keep it moving. I haven't talked about Tupac interview yet. Get me. I'll be honest. I've seen this interview, by the way. I don't want to speed it up. I don't want to do none of that because I'm not going to lie to you. I'm trying to accumulate as much watch hours as possible. That's why I'm asking you to make sure you like this, make sure you share this, and make sure you tell people to subscribe, and make sure you watch till the end. You understand? Get me? And yeah, let's keep it moving. You got anything to suggest for me to react to? I'll see if I can react to it. But let's keep it moving. Let's go. Oh, you feel fake. You feel phony by living like that. Mm, I like that. He said, I don't believe in being real to your homies, but fake to the woman you claim to love. I'm gonna repeat that again. He said, I do not believe in being real to your homies, but fake to the woman you claim to love. Let's keep it moving. Other bar. Living a life. What's it? We say living a lie with a person, and then yeah, I forgot what it said. Lying with a person, but also living a lie with a person, or something like that. It's mad when you deep it, like because you actually are living a lie. Like you're living a like if you're doing things like that, you're genuinely living a lie. Why not just live your full truth with anything? Like what are you afraid of? If you're genuinely an adult, then be an adult. You know what I mean? What are you afraid of? I'm not saying like all I'm saying is just be. It's mad. Like I don't explain it. It's just mad to me. But again, like I said, in general, he's right in regards to if you do right by others, do right by your partner, then your life will be get better even like tenfold, tenfold, like ways that you wouldn't even think. Like, and all right, listen. Anyway, let's keep it moving because yeah, let's go. Yeah, training up in the number circle. That's right. Mm. He's dropping gems in this interview. He's dropping gems. Mm. Okay, yeah. So basically, what he just mentioned is he's always been a cold turkey type of person, and I think I understand that because I can be like that sometimes. Where if there's a if there's something I want to change, like for example, if for example when I need to get back to working out again. So this is the same thing. It's like I have to go through a phase mentally to be like, you know what, boom. Instead of just saying, it's just like figuring out a pathway to make sure you are executing the plan properly. You understand? Rather than just doing it in bits. Because when you do it like I get it. Some people could do it in bits. It's up to them. It's how you want to live your life, isn't it? But I like how he's saying he's not tempted about redoing the bad habits, basically, because it's like if you're tempted to do bad habits, then essentially you will end up overindulging, and then you're not even going to feel good. It's funny. Speaking of that and working out, there's a time when I was eating clean, and the time when I did eat junk, I didn't even. It's like I wanted the junk. I was feeling it, but it's like it don't even taste good. And then I didn't feel right. Like naturally, I didn't feel right. I felt lazy. I felt tired. I felt weak. So, but let's just keep it moving. Let's go. Mm, mm. I will let other people as well. You cut people off when need to. Mm. On to the next one. Yo, she asked him, like Angie Martinez asked him, "Oh, what about vices? Did you have any vices to wean off or anything like that?" And his response was, "Uh, cocaine." Oh, that's hilarious. I mean, it shouldn't be hilarious because obviously narcotics is not a good thing to be taken. Don't get it twisted. But Charlamagne being Charlamagne, he's gonna crack a joke here and there. Hmm? Hmm? Okay, now to the real thing, saying people pleasing is a vice. Okay, okay, I've watched this before and I watched it once. And the thing about watching something, sometimes you could catch everything, not everything. Sorry, that's the wrong thing to say. You can catch like certain parts and you'll understand certain parts. But then when reacting to content, it's mad when you deep certain other things. It's like he just mentioned why he became a people pleaser. And he said, I know this could be a bit dark, but it started when I was 8. And basically, let's just say this. He went through something that, you know what I'm saying? Now we understand why he had to go for therapy and why he's a big advocate for therapy. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, that's mad. That is mad. Anyway, let's keep moving. Mm. Yeah, he's very confrontational. Mm. That's interesting. Mm. Facts. Facts. What he just said just there is very key and it's very powerful. Yeah. He so as much he said, I don't know why I like confrontation being confrontational, but he said he thinks he gets it from obviously his dad because his dad said to him something about there's a what was that phrase again? It's something about from A to B. There's a straight line from A to B or something like that. Then he went on to say that when when he's him when his dad and his mom would argue, it would be more direct. And he said when confronting someone, it doesn't have to be violent. Like you can always find a. I can't remember the word verbatim, but I think it more or less was you can always find a solution through talking. And that's actually facts. Do you understand? That's genuine facts because the reality is, I know sometimes something that someone may do, you may not like it, but then how do you tell that person you don't like it? You're going to have to confront them to let them know that you don't like what's going on, and then or whatever that situation is, and then you present a solution, and then or you come to a resolution. And if they continue doing it, then you know what time it is. Do you know what I mean? It's as simple as that, really. But then sometimes, even if they do continue doing it, doesn't mean to say that you approach it in a violent way either. You just again try and speak to them on the level where they will understand. Because sometimes the way you understand something doesn't mean that they will understand. Do you understand? But let's keep it moving. Let's go. Yeah, he's right about that. He said even when you're a kid, you would have a little scuffle with your friend, and then you get back to being friends. That is facts. Facts. Leave your answer in the comment section below if you had a scuffle with one of your friends and you still are friends, even if you're still friends to this day, or even if a situation where you confronted a bully and then you became friends. Do you know what I mean? Like for example, I'm not saying I the bully that used to bully me on some odd occasions. Funny enough, yeah, he used to call me a bully, but it's yeah, I don't. How does that work? You're bullying me, and yet I'm the bully. Are you trying to gaslight me, bruv? No, no. All jokes aside, though, that is actually facts. He did actually say that. Like, and I was so confused. But then I literally confronted this whole situation. Obviously, I'm not saying that we scuffled, but I'm saying this to say we had that conversation. And even after we had that conversation, because of like where I was in my life and in regards to my situation, like I knew, or I didn't know, I'll be honest, I didn't know, no, but I had an inkling that I'm thinking maybe he knows this, and maybe he can help me with this. And then he basically told me that lifestyle ain't for you, because once you're in, you can't get out. But it's not for you. Imagine, yeah, he could have easily just said, you know what? I'll help you. Get me? I'll show you the ropes. Pause. No, did he? Yeah, like it could have easily went into that situation. So sometimes this is what I'm trying to say. Like talking or confronting the problem, you never know where it can head into. But let's keep it moving on. Oh, even to keep the peace. All right, now there's an advert. Shout out to Angie Martinez getting the adverts. Wait a minute. Time out. Time out. I know she's doing advertising, and listen. I know she's not gonna do some false advertising because this is Angie Martinez, the voice of New York. Yeah, she's been in the game for nearly how many decades? Do you know what I mean? We haven't got into the Tupac situation yet, so stay tuned. I know she will talk about it because she talked about it not once, not twice, but 3 times or more. Like I know she has. I remember her, and this is what made me want to react to this. And I thought I have to react to it as soon as possible. But yeah, aside from that, in the UK, in fact, wherever you're in the country, let me know in the comments below. Do they, the network, your network provider, do they have a unlimited talk, unlimited data, unlimited talk, unlimited text, and the price will never go up? Do you know what I mean? Do they have that? Because if they have that, you're doing good. If you don't have that, see me, I'm gonna have to call EE, and I'm gonna have to tell them, hey yo, listen, can you please make sure your network is good in this area properly, please? You know what I'm saying? Because the price I'm paying and it keeps going up. No. We're gonna have to either drop the price down, and we're gonna have to renegotiate this contract and make sure the price never goes up. Because if Boost Mobile can do it, so can you. And I'm a loyal customer. Get me? I've been a customer for nearly 10 years. Get me? Let's go. $25 a month. Good question. All right, no more. All right, no more adverts. But he just asked a good question, which is, how do you break the habit of um to stop people pleasing? Hmm. Mm. Yeah, it's good to be around good people. It's good to be around good people. Mm. Why does that remind me of Drake? He learned it in therapy, but hey, that's funny. Not funny, but the irony of it. No, yeah, I don't know what I was saying that reminds me of Drake. Like, I feel like he's a people pleaser. And he's doing like, all right, forget Drake. Let's not talk about Drake. This isn't about Drake. Um, I do find it interesting that to stop that habit is to just try and be around good people with a fair exchange of energy, or you know what I mean, where you're not doing things for people where when you do things for them you feel depleted, and that's interesting to me because I don't know if I used to be a people pleaser. I can't even think right now in regards to that. I probably was at one point in my life. I don't know. Maybe I was. Maybe I wasn't. I don't know. Um, Let me know in the comments below if you were a people pleaser or you are a people pleaser. Let's go. That's interesting. Hey, you know what's mad? I always thought the phrase "at this big age" yeah was a South London phrase. I kid you not. Now maybe it is just a phrase in itself, and I get it, but like to hear Angie Martinez say "at this big age" is amazing. It's amazing. But like anyway, um, yeah, let's keep moving because she thinks she's a people pleaser. She just found out she's a people pleaser, basically. Mm. Don't practice bad habits. Good one, Charlamagne. Ooh, you said that's the thing about going to therapy, or it said something then going to therapy, but it said something like that's the thing. He's done a lot. Yeah, he's done a lot of unlearning. And do you know what's interesting? Do you know why that's powerful? Remember that statement or that quote, that wise quote from Yoda from Star Wars. Get me? If you don't know about Star Wars, it is what it is. But basically, one of the quotes was in regards to you must unlearn. And it's mad when you deep it. It's got me thinking I'm gonna have to watch some more Star Wars. Yeah. But I'm not gonna lie, there's like too many series of Star Wars. Too many. I think, in fact, I say too many. Maybe Fast and Furious has got more series than Star Wars nowadays. I don't know. That's probably where they got it from, the franchise. Thinking, you know what? If they can do it, so can we. You know what I'm saying? Like, what next for Fast and Furious? Fast and Furious in the sky? Get me? Where they're doing that would be a good drain. I'm gonna lie. Fast and Furious in space. Get me? Not just the sky. I'm looking about in space. Get me? Where Star Wars meets Star Trek. Get me? Anyway, let me stop geeking out for a minute. Let's keep moving. Let's go. Damn. That is interesting. I know my favorite phrase for now is that it's interesting, but look, Charlamagne literally just said, yeah, that um 2016 is when he started therapy, right? In 2018, that's when he felt probably the most confused in his time in his life because the things he the things he learned of the actions or the habits he was using wasn't going to be sustainable enough for him to get onto the next level of his life or his career. And do you know what? Because of the habits he has done. And do you know why that's interesting? If you think about it this way, yeah, in your life, and this is why I'm actually grateful, despite me wanting to learn about the whole Tupac situation, and I know they haven't talked about it yet, but they will get onto it. But like, I'm grateful that I'm able to react to this because this is making me learn new stuff as well, and hopefully it's helping you learn as well. Because in life, you have to go to the next level. That's what I look at it. There's levels. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, there's time to compete with other people, and there's time to just compete with yourself. Um, and in this case, I appreciate how he's being open and honest because, listen, going to therapy is one thing, but then to be confused because you're like, wait, I've been doing all of this, yet I was just in survival mode, and now I can't be in survival mode. I have to be in the next mode. But what are the habits do I have to do to be able to get to that next level? And yeah, it's just mad. I don't explain it. It is wild. It's wild. But let's keep it moving. Let's go. Ooh, these keys are not gonna unlock these new doors that I'm heading in. He's dropping gems and quotes in this, I'm not gonna lie to you. Still, 36, 37 years old. Damn. Hold on. Anyway, you're 37 for your bench with therapy. I'm trying not to pause as much and just talk over if I can. Crying like a baby, but he was drunk as well. He was crying when he turned 40. That's mm. No, he's right about that. That when you turn certain ages there in your life, you can feel you can feel new. He used the word new portals, yeah. Like, but I'm gonna use the word doors. Like, you can feel those new doors opening up, and he's actually right. And he said, if especially if you feel like you're doing life right, if that makes sense, or even if you are not feeling like you're doing life right, but you know what I mean. Like, I'll give you a prime example. I remember, yeah. I don't know why, but when I turned a certain age, I'm not gonna say the age, but there was a certain age. It's like raw. I was stunned, shocked. Like, I was so perplexed. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was so perplexed. Yeah, that I I don't know. I didn't know what to think. Didn't know what to feel. But then it's so mad because it's like after a while, the action I'm taking, I'm like, am I doing the right thing, heading to the right direction? Am I doing anything right? But I stopped worrying if I'm doing things right. I just, do you know what I mean? Just continue to pray to God, and you know me, God's got you for real, for real. But anyway, speaking of wisdom, I need to hit the pin comments after this life is done. Go purchase your book of wisdom in regards to that. You know me, 365 days worth. Yeah, I get paid a small commission. Bill's got to get paid. Get me? Angie Martinez literally did her Boost Mobile advertising, so I could do my Amazon advertising. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Mm. Mm. I like how you mentioned God, but the way he mentioned God, I'm 40 and I'm gonna act like it. I like that. I like that. I respect that still. True, everyone can documented. Mm. Kids are asking questions. Mm. That little mama interview on Breakfast Club, man. There's a lot of shocking moments with Charlamagne on the Breakfast Club. Mm. Mm. I must have watched that still. I remember that. I remember them mentioning that. DJ Envy mentioning that. Look, yeah. I remember that. I remember Little Mama's. I remember DJ Envy was saying that Little Mama's dad ran up on him, basically. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, let's go. Shout out to the fathers for protecting their children, regardless of their age, man. For real, for real. Mm. Damn. I have to pause it here. Yeah, I don't want to pause too much, but basically, what he just said was very telling, and let me explain something to you. Yeah, what he said when working with Wendy Williams, yeah, he said that he was compromising himself a lot. He was the pit bull, and if Wendy Williams tells him to get that person, he will try and get that person, and he would just follow through because he was compromising himself for a permission. Sorry, for a permission, for a position. Never compromise yourself for position. Never. Like I understand in life you have a. I don't know how to explain it. Sometimes in life you want to get to a certain position and you feel like you have to do this. But it all depends, man. It all depends. Let's keep it moving. Let's go. Oh, let's watch the television. Okay. Told her to get Kelly Rowland. A position. Yep, don't do that. Don't do that for real. So this is what's so interesting, yeah, because he used an example of attacking, not physically attacking, but verbally attacking Kelly Rowland. You know, Kelly Rowland from Destiny's Child. You know, Kelly Rowland. You know what I mean? You know, life is dull. Oh, now you never know. Oh, and dilemma. You know what I mean? But anyway, if you know, you know, all right? But basically, all I'm trying to say is, yeah, um, she obviously she don't bother nobody, right? But the fact that he went on to consistently barrage her with, do you know what I mean? Like, no, he mentioned what he mentioned, and I'm like, yo, just because he's compromising himself for a position, and then when it got onto the fact that he has a new opportunity, to the Breakfast Club, and Kelly Rowland was wanted to come on the show, but before coming on the show, get me, you have to confront the situation beforehand, yeah, because Lala, as in, I'm assuming it's Lala Anthony, you know what I mean? She basically told Charlamagne the situation and why Kelly Rowland, do you know what I mean? So feels away. So it's like he apologized. Like he apologized. And it's this what I'm trying to say. Life, you never know where you're gonna be in the future, right? You never ever know. So how you treat one individual, you never know where you're gonna meet them in the future and how you're gonna meet them and how what they could do to actually help your career and help their career or help their life or help your life. You never know. You never ever know. So treat people with respect. You know what I mean? Let's keep it moving. New advert. Now she's advertising for Wayfair. All right, cool, nice. So let me advertise again for for the pin for the wisdom book. Yeah, get me. There's 365 pages, or not pages, but 365 worth of wisdom. The link is going to be in the pinned comments after this. And obviously, the reason why I'm suggesting that because there's loads of wisdom in this podcast alone. This podcast episode with Charlamagne on in real life with is it in real life? Well, I can't remember what the active stands for, but with Angie Martinez, you know what I mean, the worst in New York. But let's keep it moving now. I like the way it's advertising. Speaking of Christmas spirits, do you have Christmas spirit? Let me know in the comment section below. Let me know. All right, let's go. Don't worry, we're gonna get into the Tupac situation. I know she's mentioned it at least 2 to 3 times in this interview. I know she has. When it comes up, you will know because I will mention it. What's he done from his mistakes? Damn! Oh my days! This what they just mentioned. Yeah, they said about shock jocks. I don't know what a shock jock is. They mentioned about uh well they mentioned they mentioned about a blogger that they saw doing an interview, and I think it's the way they interviewed the person. I don't know who. They didn't mention no names, but they were saying you have to be a very hurt person to ask certain type of questions. Blah blah blah. And it made the first person that came to mind, although she's not a shot jock, it reminded me of Snake Rock because, and she's not the only one. There's someone else as well. Um, I saw her name on Twitter earlier. Was it Barbara Rosas? I can't remember who it is, but there's two individuals that would, you know what I mean, were disgusting towards Michael Jackson, basically. Yeah, but Snake Raw is the most notable one because the way she did Michael Jackson dirty, yeah, and then not only when he was alive but also after, it's like and not even just that, it's like after you go to speak to he interview his mum and his three children that the public are very aware of, um and so then after years later, then you want to disrespect him again. Yet there's still no apology whatsoever. Like when those claims have been disproved, that is mad to me. But I've done my content in regards to Snake Rob. There may be another part to it. So make sure you stay tuned for part 2. But anyway, let's forget that. Let's keep it moving. Let's go. Mm. Right, babe. Wow. Charlamagne just admitted, he literally just admitted that Wendy told him, I'm in this position because of the way I used to talk to people. Now I can say it on Twitter. No, I'm joking. I'm not. Don't get it twisted. I'm not. I'm gonna leave that alone. Because I wanted to at one point. Don't get it twisted. I really wanted to, but I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone. But the fact that he mentioned that, it makes sense. But we still want to see a reaction to the whole Sean Combs the Reckoning documentary. We need to see that because she is one of the first individuals to speak of Diddy and not being afraid to speak of Diddy straight away. Because she saw Diddy in the most compromising position. Do you know what I'm saying? I use it like that. And it's so funny because as we're about to to talk about Tupac. It was around that particular era. I don't know what the exact year, but also it's funny because on another device there's a movie that's on, and that it's literally the same era. You get what I'm trying to say? I'm not gonna say what the movie is, you know what I mean? But like there's yeah. But let's keep it moving. Let's go. Okay, Lauren LaRosa was there when Wendy said that, and she heard that. So that means if Charlamagne sound like he's, sometimes some people could be like, I never said that. Well, I've got evidence because this person was also here with me when you said that. Do you see what I'm gonna say? But let's keep it moving. She said, "Wow." He response would, "What do you mean?" And she said, and her response was, "Yeah, yeah, God." And he says he has never ever heard Wendy mention God in his life before. She never mentioned about God before. That's interesting to me. That says a lot. Because sometimes you will go through something and God will humble you. You understand? Like God will humble you. If you don't humble yourself, God will humble you. Is what it is. But I still feel like part of me still feels like as much as she can say obviously that she's in a situation because of the way she treated people or the case may be. I still feel like part of me is thinking there's something more sinister going on. Because if you even have to look at the whole the best way I can explain it is that whole situation where it's similar to what was happening with Britney Spears. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So again, I just feel like there's something sinister, and I could be completely wrong, but you know what I mean? Because it's one thing to go through karma, that's one thing, but when it feel that there's I don't know, I'll leave it alone. Let's keep moving. Mm, mm, wow, it's interesting because he's like as much as he's helped her, even with her current situation, right? The current situation she's going through is like he still doesn't want to be around that energy because it's reminding him of certain things, and that's interesting because in life, as much this is why some people have to be careful with what they say in regards to you must respect those before you. Yes, you should respect those that came before you and help put you on. That's fine, but sometimes if you feel like, because he even mentioned about you can create the energy that you, what was it? Basically, in a nutshell, you're saying you can create a lifestyle around you that you can end up feeling like you're watering. What he said, watering in it, or something like that. What's mad? I'm just thinking. I'm trying to think properly, yeah, because this is what I'm trying to think. Life can be simple, but also yet complex. But if you want to keep it simple, the best thing you need to do is just understanding who you are and what you represent or what you want to represent. And then match up with the people that are around you. And if you got a cut, you know what I mean? Like, it's mad 'cause I'm thinking about, obviously, not just, I understand about cut. It depends where you are in life when it comes to cutting off people. Because there's some people you shouldn't cut off. You just have to find a way to work a resolution to whatever problem is there in it. I always believe in trying to find a solution, if I'm honest with you, I'll be honest. But so there's always a way. There's always a way. You just have to find that solution. But let's keep it moving. Basically, he did do everything she told him. He lived with them as well. And he never got paid for a year and a half. Oh, this one hits a bit home real quickly. I'm not gonna lie to you. Still recognize an opportunity when there's and where there's not necessarily a paycheck attached to it. Oh, oh. That's deep. That's wisdom. That's wisdom right there. You can't put a price on the corner opportunity. Take that first step, even if you can't take the rest of the staircase. They will talk about Tupac situation. No, what? Don't get it twisted. I know they will. Right, been with his wife since they were kids. The best apology is changed behavior. Facts. Okay. Another wisdom, and this wisdom he got gained from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and he told Charlamagne, don't laugh at someone falling, because the same what was it? I forgot the full phrase. It's like the same things that made them fall, or temptation that made them fall, you could end up going the same way up. Yeah, the same temptation they got on their way up, and they end up falling. You could end up going the same way. And it's so interesting when you deep that type of wisdom, because it's true. Like, it's one thing to. This is why you see, with for example, yeah, I always try to give things from an educational point of view. I rather not. If I laugh, but then I try to take it back and be like, yeah, it was funny, but you know what I'm saying? There's still a lesson. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But anyway, let's keep it moving. Okay, today. Hey, wait. I wasn't ready for that. What do you mean? No, I'm not repeating not what he said. All right, I'm just not. But it was in reference to Diddy. Ooh, you see, those who listen. Now I'm talking about the whole Tupac situation, yeah. But those who have the mindset to think that Angie Martinez, yeah, would basically get payment from Puff to not release the audio interview of Tupac Shakur, the full interview. Like, you need to pay attention to what she literally just said. She said she never had the best relationship with Puff, and she felt, even besides that, she felt conflicted and talk in regards to wanting to talk about the documentary and our situation really deeply because of, but it's like because she's lived it and not lived being a victim like that, but like, because remember, Diddy's from New York. Angie Martinez is from New York. Angie Martinez was on Hot 97. You understand? She was on that radio station. So, and at that time, Bad Boy Entertainment were basically running Hot 97. Do you get the point I'm trying to make? So I can understand why some people want to come up with that rumor. That I see where it comes from. I see where it comes from, but who literally had the money that back then to say, "I'll pay you this money to," because it sure would. Like, yes, Puff had money, but he didn't have money like that, like that. Anyway, let's keep moving. Damn, Charlamagne just said him and Angie Martinez have had private conversations where they felt darkness from him. They felt darkness from Puffy. And um the whole point of his name, Puff or Puffy, is because of huffing and puffing. Did you know that? I'll huff and puff and I'll blow your house down. Get me? You know the three little pigs in that. If you know, you know. Let's keep it moving on. Oh yeah. No, Charlamagne has actually said it to his face. He said it to Puff's face, to Diddy's face. I feel the darkness from you. I need to see if I can find that clip. Because I think it's that same clip where, or that same interview where he's on the Breakfast Club. That's what I believe it's from. And I believe Diddy's wearing he's wearing a very fruity type of top. I'm not gonna lie, still. Do you know what I mean? Funny enough, speaking of Tupac later on, he was asked about the whole Tupac situation or whatever, and he's like, "Listen, man, talk about that Playboy or something like that." He looked very nervous, very very nervous. Angie Martinez says, "I don't think I've ever been to a party, but yeah." And even Charlamagne said he hasn't been to any parties as well. And she's like, I could totally be wrong because someone could pull up a picture of me. And I like that honesty. Because you know how there's some people be like, yeah, I've gone to the party, but I ain't see anything like that, what they're accusing me of, though. Marlon Wayans. I've been to his parties for 15 years. I ain't seen nothing like that. Get me? And where's Ashton Kutcher, by the way? Why is he quiet? Where's Russell Brand? Why is he quiet? No, wait. Genuine question. Where are they? Like, I'm asking a genuine question. Where are they? Why are they quiet on this situation? What? Furthermore, most people are quiet. Let's be real, because they're most likely have gone to Diddy's parties and they are part. They probably have been in conflicting situations where they have been blackmailed. You see my video reaction in regards to that. Do you know what I mean? So if that's the case, I can see why they'd be quiet. But let's keep it moving. Wow, that's interesting. Diddy said to Charlamagne at a conference. I think he said this was the day after Kim Porter her unfortunate situation, or around that time, and then he said to him, I like how you talk about therapy, but um, I've realized I've never been happy. That's interesting. Now, why I find that interesting, yeah, is because you know when you link, this is where you have to ask questions, yeah. And the question I'm asking, was he genuine with that? Or was he like, what was he doing? But it's like, then the question is, I know people are asking, they need to reopen the case in regards to finding out what the truth is and what happened to Kim Porter, which is understandable. But then it's so mad because with Diddy, you don't know what to believe. Even with me being live right now, I've seen, and I could have reacted to it, but it was too late for me to change a few things. But basically, long story short, like I basically seen something where Diddy is basically in a situation where he's trying to get an immediate release. He's demanding for an immediate release. Like, is he for real? What? Because the next day is Christmas and he's gonna spend another year in jail. Joe in another year in jail, another Christmas in jail. Because I bet he's missing his children, in it. Clearly. Forget the whole other stuff there. He's clearly missing being around his children. I don't care. Like, I'm not saying I don't care what people say, but naturally, as a human being, yeah, and you are going to see things like family, because naturally that's what happens. There's a lot of people that go through certain situations, and they may not be around their family because they may be in like far out places, this, that, and the third. So yeah, man, it's mad. It's mad. But let's keep it moving. So Charlamagne said he was clearly trying. I just realized on the mute. Like, it's interesting how Charlamagne was saying it's clear that Diddy was going through something. Because even there was another time where, you know what I mean, where he was, yeah, I can't remember the word verbatim, but he could clearly see that Diddy was going through something. And if he's, so clearly he was trying, but clearly he wasn't. I'm not gonna say he wasn't trying hard enough or at all, but that for me, I'm hearing this. I'm like, but hang on, didn't he not? When Cassie accused him of what she accused him of initially, like he denied it, right? All the other allegations, he denied it. He was denying, and then when that video dropped, that's when he made a video with a fake apology. And then he wants to bring God's name into it, but it's like, what? I'm not being funny. Sometimes, yeah, listen, everyone's got their own personal relationship with God. Yeah, so I'm not gonna be here and be like, that's not how you talk to, that's not how you have a relationship with God. But the way he moves, even in that documentary, that Sean Combs directing documentary, what did he say? How he feels about himself? That alone says everything to me. Anyway. Asked Angie Martinez would she interview Puff if it came out. The younger her would say yes. It's of course is her job. Now she's asking what kind of offering that would be to the world. Haha, that doesn't make no sense to me. Wait a minute. Angie Martinez is saying when she was young, of course, it's an opportunity. But then now, she's older, what kind of offering would that be to the world? I understand that. That's wisdom. Now, the problem is this. This is contradictory. Why is it contradictory? Because the younger her, yeah, she interviewed Tupac Shakur. Yeah. She has not put out the full interview. I think she's only put out like 6 or 12 minutes of the interview, but not the full interview. And this was like back then. So you're telling me he was more wise. I'm not saying people can't be more wise back then, but like you're telling me you were wise enough not to put that out then. But then now you're questioning whether you want to interview Puff or not. But you're saying the younger you wouldn't. No, younger you would interview Puff when he comes out, if he comes out. And then older you like, what kind of offering? It's contradictory based on what we know. Just saying. But let's go. Here we go. It took us 32 minutes and 24 seconds for us to get to this part. At least one part of it. Yeah? Because he's mentioned, it's interesting you say that because Debbie Brown, do you know what I mean? Because she knows Debbie Brown as well, but Debbie Brown texted Charlamagne and says because she loves Tupac, like I'm talking about, like, yo, because she loves Tupac. And you hear Angie, well, you obviously can't hear it, but Angie Martinez is saying those tapes haunt her. They haunt her because you're supposed to release them. Release the tapes. Release the tapes. Release the tapes. Release the tapes. Release them. Like, what are you afraid of? I know before she said it would hurt people, but would it really though? Because I'm sure people are of a age now where they're of the right sound of mind to be like, that was just Tupac being Tupac. I don't want to say Tupac being Tupac, but that's Tupac just. We can understand why he said what he said, and do you know what I mean? Who is it directed to? And according to Mutar, like he mentioned that Tupac mentioned a lot of names, and this is why some people believe Jay-Z is responsible for holding the tape back because Jay-Z's name is mentioned allegedly, and then Puffy's name is mentioned allegedly. That's why people want to say that Puffy held it back. I don't know the truth. But if it's haunting her like that, release it. Like, what harm would it do to the world? It will only benefit. If anything, yeah, I guarantee this is what's going to happen. Because I believe the music rights is now with, or his estate is run by his sister, I believe. I can't remember verbatim, but yeah, I think Tupac's sister runs his estate and owns the right to his music. So as soon as that's released, I guarantee you, I'm not saying he's not selling records now, because he is, but the numbers he would do is going to be so crazy, yeah. It's gonna be mad, yeah. 50 Cent obviously is gonna be trolling. do you see what I'm saying? Like, nah, it will reshift hip hop culture back in the direction that it was supposed to be in. You know what I mean? Because let's be real, the hip hop culture right now, as much as Kendrick is doing great, you know what I mean? The clips are doing great. In fact, let me choose Kendrick for example. Kendrick, Rayvon, who I need to react to more of his content by the way, Rayvon, and as much as they're doing great, like these people are doing great. Like this new generation is doing great per se. I'm saying those artists. I'm not saying anyone else other than those artists. You know what I mean? And then obviously there's I think Lady London and all like great MCs, like MCs. I ain't talking about mumble rap MCs. No disrespect to them. They're on a different category when it comes to hip hop, which is fine. They can stay in that lane if they want to. Like, for example, Designer, he was a mumble rapper at first, but he can actually bar for days. Who knew? Oh, but he's from New York. Of course he can bar. You know what I mean? How you from New York and you can't bar? That's just blasphemy. No joke, it's not. But anyway, let's keep moving. Let's go. But if it's haunting, she needs to release it. See, Debbie Brown basically said, yo, Angie really needs to put out the Tupac audio. She's even just, she said that with a smile. She's like, Debbie Brown said that? Then maybe it's time then. Yes, Angie Martinez, someone you know personally has said to release the audio. Now it's time. I hope they do release it. Imagine 2026, they release it. I listen. I can't wait for Lenny Grant, aka Uncle M's. I can't say his full name. That's mad. I can't wait for his wrap up 2025 because once he mentions that Angie Martinez says she might put the full Tupac audio out or interview out, you reckon she's gonna do it? She's gonna do it? I don't know if she'll do it, but we know one thing: Diddy did do it. All right, listen. I'm trying to rap like Lenny Grant. All right, allow me in it. Like I'm preempting what he's gonna say. But yeah, and it's mad because would he actually do another wrap up? Because I think he said his last one was literally gonna be his last one. But he's part of the holiday, just like Mariah, like he said. So he can't retire from doing it. He can't. I'm not sorry, he can't. And the fact that he's part of the whole G Unit situation or the unit, he's gonna have to mention it. He's going to have to mention the documentary as well. He's like, I told you the Diddy documentary was gonna come out. You thought 50 was trolling, but I knew he was gonna do it. Or something like that. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's keep it moving. But yeah, the smile on, I know you can't see it here, but the smile on Andrew Martinez's face is like, oh damn, I really got to release these tapes now. You know what I mean? I really got to release it. Yeah, release it. And obviously, Charlamagne saying, you know, she didn't want to really put it out because she thought it would be inflammatory, right? The fact that she had to come out and say that in regards to that rumor, in regards to Puff, she's like, there's a rumor out there that Puff paid me to hold those tapes. Like, there's absolutely zero truth to that. Because when you deep it, well, if that's the case, but I think this is what she should do, yeah. If she really can release those tape, I reckon the best person she needs to link up with is 50 Cent. And here's why. 50 Cent is on a generational run. Yeah. And so it would only make sense to release it in that kind of way, if that makes sense. That way people will know it's not AI. Because that's what people will say. Oh, it's AI or it's heavily edited. That's what some people will say. But if she teams up with 50, people are going to know, yeah, it's not AI. It's not. She said, let's do it. You want to do it with me? No. See, this is the interesting about having actual conversations, yeah, with certain individuals, yeah. Because you're going to find yourself in a situation where you can't back out your talk. Did you understand? This is a situation where she cannot back out of. I do not care because this is now on record. The fact, because she's never ever said this before. She's never ever said that she's gonna release these tapes. She said she will never release them. She said she will never release them because they're too inflammatory. It will hurt other people. It will cause more destruction. Blah blah blah. That's what she more or less said. Every interview I've heard her speak of when it comes to this Tupac interview, that's all she keeps saying. And it's mad because Muta, you know what I mean? He even makes alleged claims that are similar, saying that the Outlaws were there that day as well. And he said it's worse than Hit 'em Up. That interview is worse than Hit 'em Up. It's worse. And I think that's possibly why she doesn't want to actually genuinely release it, because look how energized and irate that Tupac was on Hit 'em Up. To this day, the energy, you can feel the energy, the anger. You can feel the anger. So imagine the interview where he just going off on everybody. I want to see it. Or obviously it might not be in video format, but I want to hear it. Because you know he's going to go off. You know he's going to go off on Puffy. Like 100%. You know he's going to go off on Haitian Jack. You know what's going to happen. You know he's going to go off on Jimmy Henchman. You know what's going to happen. You know he's going to go off on so many people. So many people. Anyway, let's go. She said, wait, we're going to rewind that. Word for word, we need to hear what she literally just said, because she cannot go back on a word. Well, now that has meaning. If I can release it in a way where it actually meaning does something good for the world, I want to just put it out so people can talk ish about it and have it on the internet for whatever reason. There you go. She can't go back on her word now. She could have easily just took her word back and be like, whoops, I wasn't meant to say that. We're not going to release it. I apologize. You know what I mean? But now she can't go back on her word. Because people are going to press her to make sure that she releases it. They're going to put pressure on her to release it. And I'm not saying that she's going to easily give in to pressure, because obviously she's a big media personality. She's got a lot of experience in the music industry, so she knows what she's doing. But at the same time, because of the type of content it is, and because we live in this era, especially social media era, you know what I mean? It's going, like, it's absolutely necessary right now. Mm. That's a mad question. Charlamagne literally asks her, "You you met all these mythical people. So with Tupac, would he have evolved into someone like Jay, as in Jay Z, or someone like 50. She says, I see Tupac was having institutions, universities, programs, schools. Yeah, I see him like Nipsey. Like literally because it comes to Nipsey would have been kind of like, and I like how he said that because Nipsey is a version of Tupac that I thought Tupac could have head towards. And what I mean by that is, although Nipsey Hussle never had the same accolades as Tupac, he more or less did do a lot of community groundwork. You know what I'm saying? Like it's mad and sad how he, the unfortunate situation outside his own store, which what's mad, yeah. Again, this is why I think you need to do a part 2, because all I'm saying is there's a video with Puffy trying to test Nipsey Hussle. You know what I mean? But Nipsey Hussle stood his ground, especially in front of his wife. He stood his ground. Oh, we used to listen to Tupac used to listen to Angie Martinez when he was in jail. So that's why when he got out of jail, he, you know, he said, "I yeah, she got to put it out. I need to repeat what she just said here, and there's a reason why I'm going to repeat this, yeah, because this is important. He, he Tupac said to Angie Martinez, literally, you didn't say I. Wait, hold on. You didn't. Hold on. Wait. Let's go back a bit. Okay, let's keep moving. All right. Yeah, what am I doing? Used to listen to him. So she used to listen to Andrew Martinez when he was in jail. That's why. So of the people that he would be listening to say, "Wow, I respect you on the air. You never talk ish about me. You didn't. You. I've never heard you say anything that was not. I never heard you say anything that's not true. And I thought if somebody would listen to me, it would be you." And she said, "That's literally what he said." And do you know why that's a powerful statement? And why she now has to put out that audio or that interview? Because it's just that simple statement. If I thought if somebody would listen to me, it would be you. So now why are you going to be selfish to keep hold of that tape, knowing that it's like you're trying to because I'm not saying she's trying to rewrite hip hop history or history in general, but that's what it almost feels like, because we got this. It's different if it's a thing, yeah, where there's an album that's been recorded, but it's put in the junk or whatever, in the rubbish, because it's like it's not good enough. They want to put it out, so you re-record something different. Yeah, it's not like that. It's the fact that she's put out parts of this interview where she thought, okay, that's good enough, it's clean, people can deal with that, that's fine. But I'm sure, and I could be wrong. I'm certain that Tupac would have want her to put that out because Tupac was a very vocal individual. Whatever he said, he meant it. Whatever he said and felt, he felt that. You understand? So, but anyway, let's keep it moving. See, it's a good thing I was on mute. I was mentioning about Santa Claus. We're gonna speed it up though. Yeah, he gave her a gave her a compliment. Now she's asking, would you interview Puff? And Charlamagne said, basically, no, doing disservice. Exactly what we're talking about, the Cassie situation. There you go. Even the yeah, he cares about his image. Talking about okay. Mm, facts, no accountability. Mm, mm, facts. Just learning everything. Got a request to do a Russell Simmons to be in the podcast, and you can tell us he's contemplating. But Charlamagne's like, I think you should do it. Then why did he run to Bali then? Let me see if I can speed up a bit more. So the woman said, he said you were part of the error as well, and I think the woman should interview him as well, which makes sense. You're leaning towards a yes. Facts. It always takes a life of its own. Can't operate with fear either. Mm, yeah, enough. Okay, fair enough. So obviously, she's saying she thinks about people all the time in terms of how people get hurt, and that's probably she said you could tell Debbie that. That's probably why I never put the Tupac tapes out because that people are going to get hurt from that. Even the people that are Tupac Islands. She's okay. So she's trying to say, yeah, that if putting it out is not necessarily representation of him, and she's right, but not right because the reality is that was him at that point. That's what you got to highlight. He was 24 at that time. He was going through this at that time. So it makes sense to why he's going to think and feel that way. So still put it out. And if certain people, again, like I said, she's caring about what how other people feel, and it kind of makes sense. Hmm? Hmm. Oh, I don't know. I don't even know. I can. I didn't come here for you. All right, so Tupac. Yeah, so the whole Debbie. Yeah, I think I think it's gonna come out. It's not. It's natural. It's only natural. Okay. Now she's saying there's not a lot of follow ups. There's a brand new Angie Martinez at that time. There's not a lot of follow up questions. That's the whole point. Pull it out, and you can see the growth in her career. Come on, man. Okay, so now she has to put this out. She literally said, well, Charlamagne asked the right question, which was Tupac said he asked, how long is an interview? And she's now saying it's an hour and about 40 minutes. So she has to put it out now. Get it digitized, make sure everything isn't done correctly. Work with the people like I don't know, I say 50 at this point, and makes sense to work with 50. Um, and just get this done. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see just because it's gonna hurt some people's feelings. And obviously, here's the thing: if they are men now, like grown men, they can get out their feelings for all I care. Get out your feelings. Do you know what I mean? Especially back then. You know it was then. You know what I mean? You know it was then. They need to get out their feelings. Like I could understand why Angie Martinez would feel away. Don't ever get it twisted. But I'm saying, as far as the people that Tupac allegedly has mentioned, and obviously Biggie's no longer there. Do you know what I mean? I think he's probably mentioned Andre Harrell. Um, he's probably mentioned. And obviously big in Andre around no longer here as well. He definitely probably mentioned Prodigy from Mob Deep, most probably because obviously if it's worse than Hit 'Em Up, like from Mutah's own mouth, he said it's a lot more worse than Hit 'Em Up. And mind you, Hit 'Em Up is a second version. It's not even the original version. Let's go. Okay, Charlamagne. So Angie Martinez said, I'm gonna let you listen to it. That means it's coming out. No one can't say it's not coming out. So he's mentioned it. Yeah, it's coming out. It's coming out. It's coming out. It's coming out. She knows. She knows the comments on this is going to be released to tapes, released to Tupac tapes. She knows. So that's what we're going to do, right? Every episode until she released the Tupac one, release the Tupac tapes. Release it. Release it. Release it. Get me? Don't AI it. Don't do that. Make sure it's proper raw. We want to hear that crackle. You know that 90s crackle. You know what I'm talking about. That 90s crackle. We want to hear that. I don't want to hear no unedited version. Want the crackles. You know what I mean? Let's go. Pride yourself on being involved. It's interesting. Mm. He literally just said, this wasn't a plan today. I literally just committed to dropping the tapes. That wasn't my plan today. We really got to do it. So she really has confessed that she's going to release the tapes. Finally. 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 But we'll be here to react to it when she releases it. So make sure you stay subscribed, turn on your post notifications. Get me when I go live or post it, my reaction. You better watch there and then. Let's go. They mentioned about the moguls, and they mentioned about Jay-Z every time to try to chop him down. Have you seen my reaction to the $1 billion reason why people hate Jay-Z, or why Jay-Z's hated? That's available to watch from a replay from yesterday. If you're watching this on a live, then it's available to watch it regardless. All right. Um, so yeah, that's interesting to me because it's like raw. When reacting to it, it made me realize there are a lot of people that do kind of hate him, and they have this perception, but uh, the reason is there. I think there's a lot more reasons, but that's just one of the main reasons. Those are the reasons per se. But let's go. He said, "How was it to do the right thing?" That's true. It's not hard. Mm, choices. You are innately like that. The easiest thing you could do right by people. I respect that. Damn, that was on 10 to 12 different medications for his mental health. That's wow. Mm, whatever that is in regards to the documentary, I don't want to do that. Get away from it. Okay, you dropped another gem. So one of the gems was again, like we said earlier, um, Charlamagne was saying the lesson he learned from the situation in regards to Wendy Williams is um, don't compromise yourself for a position. The lesson he learned during the Breakfast Club is in regards to don't judge someone when they're in survival mode. That's mad when you deep it. But it's mad because I feel like using that term being in don't judge someone because they're in a survival mode. I feel like that's kind of an excuse if I'm honest. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you're looking at it from it's like it's different if you literally did compromise yourself for a position, then you can just about understand, just about. But survival mode is like it's like again, that's similar to compromising yourself to be in a position. Would you agree? Let me know in the comments below. Because you're trying to survive. So you're literally compromising certain aspects of yourself because you want to survive and maintain, basically. Am I right? Let me know in the comments below. Let's go. No success to you, no success to me. Mm, mm. God, I tell you, God will humble you. God will humble you. When he said something about the Bible said, when you find a good wife, he finds a great thing. I respect that. Amen to that. I like how he speaks about his wife like this, man. It's amazing. I say it's amazing. You listen, it's amazing. Yeah, there's no manual. He says a 17-year-old doesn't take him serious. Not funny. All right, now she goes into advertising. Time for me to advertise. Make sure you go to the pinned comments in the comment section and get your wisdom book. 365 days. Be as wise as Angie Martinez. She's now more wiser to release the Tupac tapes. Yeah, me. The link would be a pinned comments. 365 days. What can I say? It's a great thing, right? Yeah, me. And I get paid to smoke commission is what it is. He's really a mentor of Africa. It's not even a joke. She actually called Charlamagne during a particular situation. I write down a name of the person who's got anger issues. Who's that? I reckon that rapper you're talking about that said that got anger issues, it has to be. I'm thinking it's Gucci Mane. No, I'm not disrespecting Manu. I'm just saying I think it's Gucci Mane. Reading off the names of therapists. What's the process? He literally he actually his therapist at once. He did ayahuasca. No, wait, wait. Speaking of ayahuasca, yeah. Speaking of ayahuasca, uh, because basically Kendrick said the lyrics, and he said in Meet the Grahams, yeah, this is what's so mad. Like he said, give me a second, let me get to it. Oh no, let me find it properly. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn your post notification. I'm gonna get to it. Don't worry, people. Uh, he said, but I suggest some ayahuasca, strip the ego from the bottom. I try to emphasize with you because I know that you ain't been. Sorry, but I suggest some ayahuasca, strip the ego from the bottom. I try to emphasize with you because I know that you ain't been through nothing. Crave entitlement, but wanna be like so bad that it's puzzling. No dominance. Let's recap moments when you didn't fit in. No secret handshakes with your friend. No culture cachet foot to bench. Just disrespecting your mother. Identities on the fence. Don't know which family will love you. You know the deal. Listen. The fact that Kendrick Lamar Ken, suggested for Drake to do ayahuasca is amazing. It's so funny. But let's keep it moving. Let's go. I thought it's art of the dialogue when you mentioned art, but it's not. It's well, he's the only art person I know named Art. Mm. You're unnecessary because God designed us. I like that quote. Shout out to Charlamagne. Nice. Was he wearing a Kanai hat? That's some 90s Tupac ish. If you know, you know. Facts. Mm. True. Some people do quit when they see other people winning. I don't say I was nearly was in that situation because I had no other choice. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. I like when he mentioned God's. Mm. I like how he asks God, "What should I share in this moment?" And then, I mean, you remember when being young, but she was never young, but she was a young woman. By the way, this is my opportunity to let you know. Go to the link in the pinned comments. You can get your wisdom book, 365 days worth. Yes, I get paid a small commission, but it's worth it for you because you also might get paid tenfold as well. But let's keep it moving. Damn, man, that's a bit morbid. I don't even hear the cover questions. Yeah, like, when it's Joe versus Charlamagne, it's very bad, but yeah. Mm, that's a method to say. True. Makes sense. In real life, they go. True. He hates adult liars. That's his pet peeve. For real. There's no point in lying. Facts. Deal with reality. Mm. I like that also. Being a husband and being a father. Amen. Amen. Kids got so many options. Trauma free. Yes. Amen to that. Mm. That's interesting. Let your kids travel, man. If you can afford it. Providing an environment. Amen. 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 Mm. Yeah, do right by people. Amen to that. Mm. All right, so that is that for today's episode, man. For this episode, like it was a very, very good episode. I tell you, I tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a very good episode, and you know what? Yeah, let me just keep something a bit. Let me subscribe. Oh, that's mad. I subscribed on my other channel. That's what it was. All right. So I'm here for Charlotte, but we could talk about Angie. Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. In fact, let's go to the latest one because I know they're going to talk about Tupac. Angie, please drop the Tupac interview. Told you, Angie looks still all right, cool. Didn't he just clown Ebro? Of course he did. So I'm gonna say this. Angie, please drop the Tupac full interview, raw and unedited. We want to hear the full 90s crackle in the audio as well. No AI, just raw, the way Tupac wanted to be heard. He trusted you, like you said, and now it is time. You cannot go back on your word. If it means teaming up with Fifth, then do so. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, that's what it has to come down to, isn't it? But anyway, yeah, man, that was an interesting watch, man. I can't even lie to you. It was a very, very interesting watch. It's scary because you know that there's a lot of it makes me wonder how much interviews are out there that have not been released, and do you know what I mean? For whatever reason, but yeah, man, I have to hear. I have to like. We'll get in another day. We'll get into the one that's been released for like 12 minutes, and then we'll get into that. But yeah, man, it was an interesting watch, to be fair. And listen, I mean, it was an insightful comments from interview from Charlamagne, that first and foremost, but then most importantly, with regards to Tupac's situation, she has to release it. She has to. But anyway, aside from that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. And yeah, I know it's holiday season, but I want this to